Hello, it's Zane Olson here with another Ion Films tutorial, and today we're going to be looking at basic screen replacement. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning this footage into a computer screen with something on it. Now we're going to be going over a couple of techniques today, especially in Chroma Key, motion tracking, and creating the actual screen itself within After Effects. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that that is at the beginning of your timeline, and you're going to type in Keylight, or it's up here in the effects, or whoops, it's up here in the effects, keying, Keylight. Anything above 6.5 will have it. Take that out, take the eyedropper tool over here, select that, and select the green. And like that, you'll see that there's already quite a bit of the work is done. You can see if you look back here at this $2 bill and these thumbtacks, you'll see that some of that gets keyed out as well as long as some of the yellowish color here. So we're going to go ahead and fix that with some of the settings right now. We're going to want to stick this or put this pre-blur at 2.5. Basically what that does is that blurs the entire image out just a little bit. Screen matte is what you're going to be doing most of your screen, color removal in. Clip black basically works out from the darkest colors outwards, so you want to tweak that until it's just right, until the screen is black. And the clip white will do the same thing, only inverted. So if you bring that down enough, you'll have a matte basically of the screen. So right there. And then the clip rollback, that's just going to be how much of the pixels around the affected part is going to be affected. And yeah, we're going to keep that there. Screen gain will basically determine how much of that shade of green is removed. So we want to make that obviously not there, but we want to make it black. And this isn't black, by the way, it's transparent, so you can see through it. And you want to bring the balance down, or just to a point where it looks natural. So, looks pretty good. If you look at this $2 bill, you'll see that it's not affected anymore by the Chroma Key. These thumbtacks still are, but that's not a huge problem. We can still work with it. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to create the screen that we're going to motion track to this screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into Solid, New, and choose the solid and make it a square, so 600 by 600, and pick kind of like a medium gray, and OK. And then go over to here and make sure that the rectangle tool is selected on the mask and double click on it. And basically what that does is that creates a mask around it, so you can see basically what's happened. If we bring the expansion in, it will get smaller. So we're going to make sure that's at 0. Then you're going to duplicate the mask by pressing Command D on a Mac, Control D on a PC. Go down to the second mask, add it to subtract, and then bring in the expansion on the second mask and feather it out. Just like that. So now we have this kind of a bleeding effect. So now what we're going to, you know what? Let's just make that a solid white. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into a new layer, pick solid, and pick kind of a neutral gray. Press OK, press OK. And then we're going to close this and bring down the gray solid below the white one. So basically what we've created is kind of a lighter edge that gets kind of darker, because that's basically what an LCD screen is. Light on the side and in the back, but it's brighter on the sides. So you'll get this kind of effect. What I'm going to type next, just whatever you want inside the screen. So I'm just going to type warning, put an exclamation point there, and I'm going to bring that over until the middle of the screen and shrink it down just a little bit. So we have that, and that's basically what I'm going to track on there. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep it like that. Then we're going to go ahead and pre-compose these three objects. So we're going to press Shift Command C on a Mac, Shift Control C on a PC, and I'm just going to type screen. and there we have a pre-composed image. Now the problem is that the pre-comp is the same size as the comp of the screen, and we're going to fix that in a second. So and this is a problem because if we motion track on the screen, it will motion track these points here, so this will actually be really small inside the screen, create a whole bunch of problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to press double click, alt double click on CS4 or CS3 or lower, and we're going to go into composition, go composition settings, and set that to 600 by 600, the same as the screen. So there we go, I have a perfect screen now. If we go back to our footage, we can see that the composition is the same size as the screen. So we're good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to click it, go over to our tracker and press track object, or track motion rather. And then we're going to go to the track type and change it from transform to perspective corner pin. Now I'll turn the 1 point into 4. Take each point and we're going to place it on a corner. And just outside of the green. And we're going to take this, place that just outside the green as well. Basically, the trackers work by using the pixels on the inside box. That's what it's going to look for from frame to frame. The outside is a search area, so if your footage moves a lot, you want a bigger search area. If it doesn't move as much, you don't need a bigger search area. But you still need a search area. So I'm going to bring this over here, shrink down the search area. I'm going to bring the final point right here.